Rats! This is a message to Adam Cerra. Please don't leave. I am begging you. I know you've already requested a trade, but look, I'll give you a free Game Boy Color and a packet of Smarties if you stay. You're not staying? Hello, you plonkers, and welcome to another video on the Drewzy channel. And today, I'm talking about my favourite Fremantle Dockers player, Adam Cerra. I could talk about Adam Cerra all day long. He's been my favourite player since he's been drafted. I just knew as soon as he come in, he just had the look of a A-class midfielder, just silky skills, high pressure, runs all day long. I remember seeing him play in that first game against Essendon. He started up forward, kicked 2 goals. I was just like, this guy gets it. He has a high footy IQ. In all my time of watching Freo, I've just wanted someone that's like a sexy player, if you get what I mean. Not in terms of like looks and that, more like a personality thing. No, but just someone who's so silky with their skills. Cerra hardly misses a kick. He can kick a ball 50 metres and it doesn't even go a metre off the ground. He is an unreal player, and today I was just minding my own business. I get a notification on my phone and it says Adam Cerra has requested a trade back to his home state of Victoria. And it honestly took me on a bit of an emotional roller coaster. I was very angry when I saw that notification pop up. I was very sad because of, you know, you make a connection with these players and they give you so much happiness in the time that they play at your football club. So for them to just pack their bags and leave, it's just left a bad taste in my mouth. So I'm just going to read out what I saw when I opened my phone today. Midfielder Adam Cerra has informed Fremantle of his intentions to return to his home state of Victoria. That's just great. The 21-year-old was drafted to Fremantle with pick number 5 in the 2017 NAB AFL National Draft and has played 76 games for the club over 4 seasons. He's nearly played 100 games and he's 21. What the flipping heck? Peter Bell said the club was disappointed to be losing a player of Cerra's quality, but recognised his reasons to leave, with Cerra telling Fremantle he was making the request to be closer to his family and friends in Victoria. That's just what you want to hear, isn't it? Since his arrival in 2017, Adam Cerra has been everything we hoped we would get from a number 5 selection in the draft, which only highlights our disappointment in his decision. Cheers, Belly. It's easy to forget that he is only 21, with many years ahead until he reaches the peak of his abilities. Well, that's great. That's just so good knowing how good Adam Cerra is going to get in the future, and he's not going to be ours. He's going to be killing it somewhere else. I don't really understand the draft process too well, but I'm sure Freo would have spoke to Cerra before he got drafted, and had he indicated that he didn't want to leave Victoria, maybe we wouldn't have had to draft him, and then maybe I wouldn't have been so sad when he inevitably left us. But why would Cerra not have indicated, if we did interview him, that he didn't want to leave Victoria like Archie Perkins did, who went to Essendon? Because it's just so gut-wrenching when we build such a good young side around guys like Adam Cerra, Caleb Serong, Andy Brayshaw, Sean Darcy. This is a genuine midfield that could contend for a premiership in the future. All those players who I just mentioned are under 22 years old and they're absolutely tearing it up. Cerra's last game was in the Derby and he had a blinder. Caleb Serong did as well. And these kids are getting jobs done against elite mature midfield. So, you know, Cerra's ceiling is so high. He's 21. He's going to be an absolute gun, future All-Australian, and it's such a waste of the last few years of developing him because now he's gone. And I'm honestly gutted about it. This one hurts more than Ed Langdon leaving, than Lachie Neale leaving, than Brad Hill leaving, because, as I said, I've watched him mature and develop as a player and he just gets better every single week. But the reason that it hurts more than, say, like a Lachie Neale or an Ed Langdon was because when Lachie Neale left and Ed Langdon and Brad Hill as well, it was sort of in a time where Freo were going through a transition. We had a bit of a shitty culture under Ross Lyon, and Ed Langdon got into some drama with some Freo players, I believe. Lachie Neale wanted to chase premiership success, and it was just a bad culture at the time. Brad Hill wanted to go back to Victoria. He didn't really make a massive impact at Freo anyway, but Adam Cerra, you could see him being a massive, massive part of Freo's future from the day that he was drafted, and that's why it hurts so much for me. To think Freo could right now have a midfield of Ed Langdon and Brad Hill on each wing, with David Mundy, Nat Fyfe, Andrew Brayshaw, Caleb Serong, Adam Cerra, and Lachie Neale in the midfield baffles me. Like, that is the best midfield in the competition, bar none if you have all those guys in the same side. And it just pisses me off because we could have drafted someone else, developed them, and had them commit to a long-term future at Freo. Someone like an Aaron Norton who went with the 9th pick, and we've been screaming out for a consistent forward for a long time. I asked for some topics for this video on my Instagram, DrewFooty_, for some topics. So I'm just going to read through them and let's see what we've got here. Legend Ace 2K21 asked, where will he go if it's Carlton? Then he's wasted his career. I agree, man. Like, why would you go to Carlton and play with Paddy Dow and Mickey Gibbons when you can stay at Freo and play with big Sean Darcy Onions and Andy Brayshaw, your best mate who you got drafted with? I don't know. It baffles me. Why would you go to Carlton? Of all the sides, Carlton. I don't know if he will go to Carlton. I saw in an article his preference was Carlton, but if he goes to Carlton, I will hate Carlton even more. Haydos wants to know, if you were in Cerra's position, would you request a trade back home? This is a tough one. Obviously, I'm not in his position, and I would say no, because I'm a Freo fan, but I don't know. You can see players like David Mundy and Matthew Pavlich who have considered moving home purely for the family factor, and the reason that they stayed there at Freo was because they knew that they could play their best footy there. Cerra's developed in this side. The side has moulded around him. Now he's just going to have to go into a completely new system, all for the sake of living closer to family and friends, which is obviously hard when you're living away from them, but he's got it made for him over here. He's got a lot of mates, obviously, at the football club. I don't know. Heath Sheehan asks, what is Cerra worth? What should Carlton, Hawthorn / whoever give up for him? Yeah, Cerra is worth a lot. I hope that Freo play hardball and get the absolute max as we can out of any trade. If he does go to Carlton, I want 3 picks for this bloke, including the pick 6 this year and 2 other first rounders. Maybe chuck in like a Zach Fisher. I don't care for Sam Petrevski-Seton. If we got pick 6 and Sam Petrevski-Seton for Cerra, I think I would vomit in my mouth. We need to break the bank of any side who we trade Cerra to. If he goes to Richmond, the only trade that really made sense to me from Richmond was Shai Bolton and maybe Liam Baker for Cerra, but that doesn't look like it's happening now because Bolton has re-signed. Hawthorn probably have a higher draft pick this year. I'd prefer to see him go to Richmond. I'm pretty sure he grew up a Richmond fan, so that'd be cool to see. I like Richmond. God, if he went to Carlton, I would rather shit my own hands and clap than see Adam Cerra play in the blue jumper. Play hardball and get absolutely everything out of it, because Cerra leaving honestly drops Freo from a top 8 contender next season to just stagnating in about 12th, 13th. To be honest, he has that much of an impact for us. It's ridiculous. Ds_nuts_42069 oh mama asks, is Drewzy gonna cry himself to sleep tonight? Yes, I will. We knew this day would come, but yeah, no, it wasn't any easier. It's like someone saying, I'm gonna hit ya, I'm gonna hit ya, I'm gonna hit ya, bang! Power right in the kisser. I can't believe Adam Cerra's not a Fremantle player anymore. The most heartbreaking loss that I've had as a Freo fan so far. I've been going on the football for 16 years as a Freo member, and this one has hurt me the most. But anyway, I'm going to go cry myself to sleep. Thank you guys for watching this one. Adam Cerra, I hope you have an outstanding career, as I'm sure you will. You're an absolute gun of a player. You've broken my heart, Adam Cerra. So jog on back to Victoria. Go kiss your mum or whatever you wanted to do, mate. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully I'm not as depressed. Take care. You plonkers.